First rule of algebra that we're going to learn is to add and subtract. When we add and subtract, we only add and subtract like terms. Let's take, for example, 2x plus 2x. These are like terms because both of them have an x in them. When we want to add algebraic terms, we take the coefficient in front of the x and add those two together. So 2x plus 2x gives me 4x. Think of it like 2 apples plus 2 apples. That gives me 4. Let's take an example of another question. For example, if we have 5y minus 2y, then we can just look at the coefficients. So we see 5 and minus 2. 5 minus 2 gives me 3. And don't forget our y. Let us try a question that's a little bit harder. Remember, we can only add and subtract like terms. So we can see here that we have x, y, and then just a normal number. So we can only add the x's with the x's, the y's with the y's, and the normal numbers with normal numbers. Let's have a go with this. First of all, we start off by rearranging them. So we can look at 2x and 4x. We have 3 plus 3y minus 2y. And plus 3 plus 2. Now we can start to add and subtract these terms. This is called simplifying. 2x plus 4x gives me 6x. Plus 3y minus 2y gives me minus 1y, which we often call y. We leave out the 1 in front because we can see that it's just y by itself, which is 1y. And then finally we have plus 3 plus 2, which is plus 5. The final thing to note is that we cannot do anything else with these terms. I cannot add y and 5 to get 5y because that is not the case. Remember the example I gave in class. If I owed you €20 and I handed you €10 and 10 apples, that is not the same thing. What about this one? A plus A plus A. What we can see there is that we have A plus A plus A, which will give me 3A. Let's try one more. So first of all, we rearrange these. I can see straight away that I have 2A here and a minus 6A there. Minus 6A the minus always has to come with that term. So let's put these terms together. 2A minus 6A, and then I have a plus 4B here and a plus B here. So 2A minus 6A, remember integers, that gives me minus 4A. All we're doing is taking the coefficients here. 2 minus 6 gives me minus 4. And then finally we have 4B plus B gives me plus 5B. Remember that in front of this B here we have an imaginary 1. So when we're adding the coefficients of both of these, 4 plus 1 gives me 5.